Hi, this is Brian Zipsy from Zipsy at the Track and Horse Racing Nation. We have a unique bet Saturday, tomorrow. It encompasses Saratoga and Del Mar. It's turf, it's dirt, it's the top 3-year-old filly in the country. It's probably the race of the year so far, the Pacific Classic featuring California Chrome, Dortmund, and Beholder. Throw in the 2 turf races, the Del Mar Handicap Grade 2 at Del Mar and the 4-star Dave at Saratoga, and it makes for a very intriguing pick 4. Saratoga and Del Mar have come together to bring you this. I'm going to lay out my tickets for you. It's a 50-cent bet, so you can spread it out a little bit. My budget is going to be $90, and I think I have a good chance of hitting something. I am going to play Songbird primarily, but I will, just in case, 1.25 miles. Saratoga, maybe for some reason she doesn't run her best, I am going to throw in an alternative ticket without Songbird. Let's go. First race will be the 4-star Dave at Saratoga. It's a mile turf race. Last year's defending champion Grand Arch is in here. I think he's a must-use. His 2 races at Saratoga both came in this race the last 2 years, where he ran bang-up races, just missing the Wise Dan, winning last year. Even though his last race wasn't his best, I think the mile distance at Saratoga, Grand Arch is a must-use. He's 6-1. With him, this is the Songbird ticket. This is the $60 ticket. I'm going to use a bunch. I'm going to spread it out because this is a tough race. I think there are a lot of possible winners. I'm going to use the 1 King Creesa, horse who has the most speed. He's drawn the rail. He's got Irad Ortiz on him. King Creesa 12-1 on the morning line, I think, is a threat to go all the way. So we're using the 1-2. We're also going to use the 4, Force the Pass. I don't know if we'll see the 8-1 morning line odds. Jose Ortiz, he's actually lost 5 in a row since his big win in the Belmont Derby last year, but they're all good. Last time he missed at this distance at Belmont Park by a nose. I think he's due to win, and I think he's a classy horse. Throw in the 4 for sure. Speaking of classy horses, the most classy or talented horse in the race, I think, very well could be Ring Weekend. He's had physical issues. He hasn't run a lot in the last couple years, but if you look at his 1 race last year, it was huge. The Kilroe Mile out at Santa Anita, 1 mile. He ran a big race to win that, 108 Beyer that day. He's only had 1 race this year, and again, it was a big effort. Good turf course at Pimlico in the Dixie a couple months ago, just missed by a neck. Definitely Ring Weekend is a play. He's won a big race at Saratoga in the past. I'm also going to throw in a couple of horses. A-Lot might be a longer shot. Javier Castellano rides. He's the horse I think will be stalking the early lead or closer to the pace. He's 1 race is going 7 furlongs. This is a flat mile. I think he can get the distance, and if he makes the first move on the leaders, he could be dangerous in the stretch. And I think you have to throw in Tourist, who's running a lot of classy races against these type of horses. He's always in the picture. He's won at Saratoga before. Takeover Target, actually the 9 is 1 horse I'm not using. I think he doesn't have the speed, nor does he like a firm course as much as he likes a wet course. So I'm going to throw out one of the favorites, take out Target. With this first ticket, I'll be using 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 in the 4-star Dave. That brings us to the Alabama Songbird, the best 3-year-old filly in years, at least since Rachel Alexandra, is trying 1.25 miles for the first time. As the race looks on paper, I don't think she's vulnerable. She is the speed of the race. She is the class of the race. She is the class of her generation. So I will, on this ticket, single Songbird in the Alabama. So that's the 6. The 3rd leg of this pick 4, this special pick 4, is the Del Mar Handicap. It's actually a few hours later. So we went from Saratoga's features, which were over by 6:18 is the Alabama. Then at 8:43 Eastern Time, 5:43 Pacific Time is the Del Mar Handicap. Another race that's pretty wide open, maybe not as wide open as the 4-star Dave. Several horses you could use. The 3 that I think make the most sense, or at least the 2 I think that make the most sense, would be the 7 and the 8. Flamboyant has been consistently good this year. After his trip to Dubai, where he ran well, he ran a very good prep in the Eddie Reed, where he missed by less than a length. Just on his form, I think he's the horse to beat. Not sure at 1 mile 3/8. He does get Flavien Prat, who's winning a lot of races at Del Mar. The 8, Ashley Loves Sugar, on the other hand, is very proven at the distance, got really good last year, and he's had 2 races this year, and he looks like on the verge of something good and at a distance that he should like, which is a mile 3/8. The other 2 I'm going to throw in here, though, are the 6, Express Himself. First start in America for trainer John Sadler. Just a bunch of good races in Europe. He's stretching out, but he's certainly bred to handle the stretch out. A son of Dylan Thomas. I think Express Himself 8-1 with Victor Espinoza on the morning line is an interesting horse in here. And then Finnegan's Wake, another horse who seems to be rounding into form. He's 7 years old now. He may not be quite the horse that he once was, but his last few races show me enough to think that with the hot jockey Kenta Sormo on him, he could take all the money. Oh, and on this big ticket, I am going to throw in a bomb. This horse should be high. It's the number 11, Potentar. Potentar, another horse who should be bred for a distance. This will be the longest he's ever run. But if you look at his 1.25 mile race 2 starts back, it was very good. Eddie Reed, he was 6, but only beaten 2.5 lengths. I think with Drayden Van Dyke in here, this is a horse that has a shot. Lots of good experience over in England, and he's getting better and better in America. Should be at least 20-1 to throw into that pick 4. Finally, we end this special pick 4 with the big one, the Pacific Classic, the $1 million TVG Pacific Classic, California Chrome, Beholder, Dortmund. If you held a gun to my head, I'd like California Chrome the best, but the rail draw does worry me a little bit. Beholder, I think, is much more cranked up for this than she was for her last start when she was beaten by Stellar Wind in her last start. And finally, Dortmund, second race off the layoff. He is this good. I think he's got a shot. He might have the tactical advantage with the outside post too. Any one of those 3 would not surprise me. This is the big ticket with Songbird Single, though. I am going to throw in one long shot just in case these 3 go at it a little fast, a little contentious early, and maybe take the race even in the backstretch to each other. The horse I landed on is a 4th horse. I could have gone Win the Space. I could have gone Opportunity, but Hard Aces. Hard Aces is a real 1.25 mile horse. Nice prep over the track. He'll probably have higher odds than Opportunity at least, so I threw in Hard Aces. So that $60 ticket, 4-star Dave, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, with the 6, which is Songbird Singled. And then in the Del Mar Handicap, leg 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. And finally, in the Pacific Classic, I used the 1, 4, 7, 8. That's a $60 ticket. Not going to go through the rest again, but I did offer a Go Maggie Go ticket, $30 ticket, where I put in only my favorites of the other races. So in the first leg, the 4-star Dave, I'll be using 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Singling Go Maggie Go, the 4. Then in the Del Mar Handicap, just using the 6, 7, 8, 9. And finally, the Pacific Classic down to 3 horses, throwing out Hard Aces. That's the 1, 7, 8. So that ticket is $30. Great bet. Pick 4, Saratoga-Del Mar, 4 big stakes, biggest race of the year. Songbird, probably unbeatable, but I'm taking a small shot against her. Good luck.